Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, so this video is going to be all of the things all at once. I've been incredibly productive, so I haven't been making videos. We're gonna have November setup, November, I don't know, flip through, as well as what to expect for December. All in one video, because why the hell not? All right, so this is my Moterm cover, and this you can get on Amazon. Unfortunately, they don't always have the black one. I don't know what that's about, but you can get it on AliExpress as well. So this is the black cover that has 2 strings on the inside. I find that it's my Goldilocks cover. It's just right. I find the bigger Moterm cover with the, I always forget this, and I'm always doing this, and I'm sure you guys are always laughing about that. The clasp, the closure, you know, the pop closure. That one is just a little bit too thick. That has 4 strings on the inside, and you just have to fit a lot in there for it to look nice. And I like my 3 notebooks. That's where I am. All right, so we have an elastic closure on here. It holds my pen just fine. Currently, I'm using the friction point knock and a 0.4, and I have black in here. I like that it's like this, what do they call it? A needle point? Yeah. I love that. It helps control my really big, ridiculous, messy handwriting a little bit more. On the inside, you guys have seen this. I have 3 Traveler's Company inserts in here, as well as a zippy pouch. The first insert I can't show you anymore because I'm actually using it. Woohoo! So it just has like all my long-term goals and a bunch of collections and things like that. It's a square grid, which I love. In the center, which I won't be able to use until next month, but I bought it early so I'd have it because I love it, is the DIY fish. What does she call this? Plan book for 2024, and this is in regular or standard size, TN size, and we have just this place where you can do Gantt charts, which I love for all of my projects and things. You can put lists and do your own, what is it called? Alister kind of style of method in here. And I love it. So it's still sitting on the inside here, thin enough that you can fit it in a Traveler's notebook insert, which this one is. And you have no worries or issues. So that is everything on the first string. On the second string, I have 2 Traveler's notebook inserts, and wrapped around them is a Traveler's notebook zippy pouch, and none of that has changed. I am currently using the DIY fish inserts. I will have to flash it on the screen or link it below because I switched out for November, so I don't have the sticky note that says what it is, or maybe I wrote directly on there. Anyway, it looks like this. On the front, you have this fold out that has all of your weeks, so you can write big chunks of projects and things and then break them down on the weekly. And then you have the calendar on this side, and you can put anything you want here. And this is kind of like, what do you call it? Bullet journal style calendar. And I just put some stickers for some beautiful, because it was kind of plain and boring, and that makes me happy. Then the monthlies, I've talked about this. I've kind of used them sort of sporadically. Here we are on this week. I was debating whether to use this because there's 3 days of December in here, and I already have the December one printed out. I haven't still been using this at all. There's no using of this. It is what it is. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing this for 2024 because I bought something else, and I will show you that in a moment. Yeah, so I filled out some things, and I didn't even bother checking them off. Here was yesterday and the day before. Didn't even write anything in here. I'm just planning as I'm going, and I feel like some days are heavier, or some weeks rather are heavier than others. Sometimes I'm back planning. It is what it is, but my planning system is still working for me. I just use it when I need to, and I don't feel any pressure of having to use it every single day and making it pretty, which is great. That's where you want to be in your planning. Then I have my sticky note that I always have. This just has what I'm reading and what have you, so I can move it week to week because books are long and I'm reading my own and writing my own, and I don't always have time for leisurely reading. Again, just some more beautiful. This is that wonky page in the back that if you have seen, I just glue it and then I washi taped it down so it doesn't stick up. It's so that you can sew it, but I didn't want to sew it. So that's how I keep that in here. And of course, in the back of this half, I just keep notes and things that I need to jot down and that works out well for me. So this is new. I can give credit, but when I find the person, I will flash them on the screen, or at some point I'll just have to do a whole video about giving credit to people where credit is due. But I watch videos at like 2 or 3 in the morning when I have insomnia, and I am not focused enough to take a screenshot or remember their names. Anyway, this person had an Alister method that I thought was interesting, and it was interesting, but I can't remember why she did this. I think she had some random number, and it wasn't random, it was random to me and probably to you, but not to her. But it was like a random number, like 12 or 20 or something. For some reason, she needed to see that many days in her Alister method. I did 2 weeks, and E is just for the weekend. I've switched where my niece is with me on weekends, and J is usually off at least one of those days. So weekends, I don't get as much done, and I have to kind of shift my focus, and so I no longer need Saturday and Sunday to be their own separate day. I just put them together, and it's like whatever I can get done, I can get done, if that makes sense. And I've broken it down to 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and the first section is mostly for cleaning, and then the second section is for my reading, and then this is like miscellaneous, and down here is projects. Now I haven't been filling this out a lot, to be perfectly honest, and again, that's okay, because I'm getting a lot done. I'm being productive, and I'd rather be productive than busy. And so on this side, this was the 2 weeks before, where I was using it a lot and it was working out a lot. And so for those of you who are wondering, I'm just like, how do people make this kind of neat? I try to make it as neat as I can. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks a lot better. I just used a ruler. I put a ruler here, and I highlighted this one column twice so that it would be kind of nicey nice. And I think that worked out a little bit better for me. I like for things to look a little bit cleaner and not as messy. And for those of you who are wondering, this is just one of these pages from excuse me, a Traveler's notebook insert. So no matter what I do, I tend to have pages in the back left over, and so I just take an X-Acto knife and a ruler, and I just, you know, cut them out, and I use them for grocery lists or for things like this. And it works really nice because Traveler's notebook inserts are very narrow, and this fits just nicey nice on the back, and I just have it stuck on with a mini paper clip from Tim Holtz, and I'm golden. I have some stuff written down somewhere else because I was trying out something else, so I will go back and refill this. And sometimes planning is planning, and sometimes it's going back in and filling things out after the fact. It's whatever works best for you, and I tend to be both. And then this insert I'm still not using, it's just lined paper but it is housing my December DIY fish insert, because at the time I printed this, I just didn't want to forget about it. It was still mid-November, and so it was just sitting in here. For some reason, she doesn't do these trials in, well, I mean, I know why she doesn't do these trials that way. So I say trials. So trials is 3 months in DIY fish lingo. And basically she doesn't just do the quarters. Like, you can buy the quarters, and I would appreciate if she put the quarters into one insert. But she also allows you, like, let's say you bought this in November. That's not the beginning of a quarter. It's in the middle of a quarter. You can still get a trial of 3 months. And so therefore, I guess that's why she doesn't put 3 months or a quarter in one, so that you can pick them up any month you need to. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, it does in my brain. I'm a writer, and I'm a long-term writer, so I need things to sit down and I need to write them out and revise. And so internet and speaking speedy quick on the fly is really not who I am. Anyway, my brain doesn't work that way. But the point is, they're very thin, and so you can fit them inside a Traveler's Company insert just fine, and it's not an issue, and they don't need their own, you know, elastic. So I appreciate that, and it works for me that way. And then of course we have the back of the zipper pouch. Now let's get into what's coming up for December. So this I could actually use at the end of November, but I wasn't ready to. I was like, I'm gonna wait until December 1st. So again, I might go ahead excuse me, and backtrack a couple of days. Backfill, is that what I mean to say? So this started November 27th. I hope you can see that. Just because of the way the week falls, you have November here and December here, and this is week 48 of the year 2023, in case you're watching this in the future. But this is a December start, and I think this is going to take the place of my DIY fish inserts. And so I do have December in here. So this might be something that I just kind of do some health tracking in here, because I need to really focus on that, put some goals in here for that, and just keep it private for just me and nobody else, because I don't care what people think about my health. And then, so you shouldn't put it on the internet. So this will still fit in an insert and it won't need its own string, which I do like. This, I said I didn't have to cut down in order to fit into this standard Moterm cover, but I did because I liked how it fit better that way. I could fit more inserts when it was cut and it just sits nicey nice. You can see that that's kind of a beast. Some people totally go ahead and carry that with them. And other people like myself think, I don't want to do that, and I'm afraid that this is going to get bent. So some things will have to be moved around. Like I mentioned, I'm not using this back notebook because November is finished. It finished yesterday. I can move out this one and move this one in here. So that might be something that I go ahead and do, but I am going to be incorporating this multi, I think this is the 6501, into my planning for December, which starts today. I also purchased these for 2024 and I was like determined to be in a traveler's notebook with this, so they're going to be kind of like a companion notebook in here. This has 6 months in one notebook and 6 months in the other, so it's an Avec version just like the Hobonichi, and it's that beautiful weekly layout that we all love in the Hobonichi weeks without that shitty Tomoe river paper. I say that, but then I bought a Hobonichi cousin. I know. So I have to figure out dated pages now, and it's all Haley's fault and I blame her. So there's that. I will be doing a setup of what December is going to look like because it is going to be changing from what I've been in the past 2 to 3 months. And yeah, I think that's everything. All right, so be looking forward to that. I'm a little nervous, but I'm incorporating things slowly. Slowly is the key. I'm really scared of those dated pages in the Hobonichi. There's something about that commitment that freaks me out, but I'm really kind of excited about it too. I might have grown as a planner enough to do it. And I don't necessarily hate Tomoe river paper. I'll do a video on it. We're going to do a video about how much we hate that that planner. And it's also a Han. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. Anyway, my niece didn't want the planner and I ended up buying it from her because I was looking for something for dailies, and I'm so nervous. Anyway, so that is everything I have for you. I'm a little nervous. I'm all over the place like normal. So there you go. All right. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.